The Frogs rein in the Cowboys as Oklahoma State falls for the first time in 2022. Shea and the Thunder open their season Wednesday night, and the Yankees are in a winner-take-all Game 5 tonight in the Bronx. That and more upcoming on the Daily O. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Daily O. I'm Grayson Singleton. Thank you for joining us today after a hectic weekend in the world of sports. Cowboy football comes back to Stillwater following their first loss of the season to the TCU Horned Frogs, and our own Emma Lightfoot has more.
It was a tale of two halves on Saturday, as the Oklahoma State Cowboys made the trip down to Fort Worth, Texas, to face off against the undefeated TCU Horned Frogs. The first half was dominated by the OSU Cowboys on both sides of the ball, scoring a touchdown 5 minutes into the game. Kicker Tanner Brown, who was awarded Special Teams Player of the Week for the second week in a row, went 4 for 4 on field goals against TCU and made all 4 of his point-after kicks. Coming onto the field after the half, Oklahoma State was up 24-13, but would soon find out that the Horned Frogs came out of the tunnel looking like a different team. TCU went on to score 30 points in the second half, sending the game to overtime thanks to a last-minute passing touchdown by quarterback Matt Duggan. Going into double overtime, the Cowboys' second attempt to score a touchdown was thwarted by the TCU defense, forcing OSU to settle for a field goal. This brought the score to 40-37 OSU, but the Horned Frogs handed the ball off to running back Kendre Miller, who found a hole and ran in the scoring touchdown to end the game at a 43-40 score and sending TCU to victory. With this loss now serving as motivation to improve, the Cowboys will look to restart their winning streak at America's greatest homecoming this weekend as they face off against the 5-2 Texas Longhorns.
Thank you, Emma. Following their first loss of the season, the Cowboys are now dropped to 11 in the Associated Press Top 25 rankings. They fall 3 spots, while the Horned Frogs lead all Big 12 teams in the rankings, taking over Oklahoma State's previous spot, sitting at number 8. While the Horned Frogs were a notable team to make a major jump in the standings, they weren't alone this week. Some notable teams that rose in the rankings include the Illinois Fighting Illini, who went up 6 spots from 24 to now being placed at 18 following their 24-16 win against the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Another team that made a jump were the Utah Utes following their upset in the final seconds against USC. The Utes now move up 5 spots from number 20 to number 15. While some teams made big jumps, there were also those teams that took those falls over the weekend. North Carolina State fell down 8 spots from 15 to 23rd following their 24-9 loss against Syracuse. And on top of that, if you look just 1 spot below in the rankings, the same thing happened to Mississippi State. The Bulldogs fell down 8 spots as well following their 27-17 loss to the Kentucky Wildcats. Back to OSU athletics, 2 Cowgirls have advanced to the single semifinals at the ITA Central Regional Championships on Sunday. Elena Wolfberg advanced to the semifinals in true comeback fashion, defeating OU's Alexandra Pisareva 7-5 and 6-2. The other Cowgirl to advance to the semifinal was Sophia Rojas. Rojas advances following a major win against Iowa State's Angie Obi Kajura 7-5 and 6-3. Both Cowgirls are currently in action at the Anne Greenwood Tennis Center. Coming up, a lot went down this weekend elsewhere in the sports world, and we'll dive into those national headlines. And of course, back in Stillwater, Cowgirls soccer got themselves back into the win column. Find out what they had to say when the Daily O returns.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate,
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Our state is one of the most beautiful and unique states in the USA. With diverse geographies, the historic Route 66, unforgettable restaurants, and some of the greatest people on the planet. With so much to see and so much to do, living in Oklahoma means one of the best vacation spots is right in our own backyard. Doesn't this story need to be told? As filmmakers and photographers based right here in Oklahoma, we thought so. And hey, who doesn't like a good road trip? So, we packed up our cameras, teamed up with Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell and the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department, and that's how this series was born. We want to show you why traveling within the great state of Oklahoma is a great idea. So come join us for thousands of miles over the next year, from Broken Bow to Black Mesa. This is the Oklahoma Road Trip.
You may have been to casinos at some point in your life, but do you really know the truth behind the game you're playing?
And the casinos were very polemic or very controversial when they came out. But the truth was, that's all the federal government gave us.
Casino is owned by the Chickasaw Nation and has roughly 600,000 square feet of dedicated gambling space, making it the world's largest casino. It contributed massively to the Chickasaw Nation, posting a net revenue of $1.4 billion for the fiscal year of 2017.
Welcome back to the Daily O. Grayson Singleton here with you today on a Monday. While it was a hectic weekend throughout the sporting world, it's time to get into your national headlines. A major shakeup for the Houston Texans while the team is on its bye week. This morning, it was announced that the Texans are parting ways with its Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Jack Easterby. Easterby took over for the Texans in 2019 after a successful 5-year stint with the New England Patriots, playing a key role in assisting players with their mental and physical health throughout the season. The Texans currently sit at the bottom of the AFC South with a 1-3-1 record so far this season, following their first win of the year against division rival Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 5. Keeping things in H-Town, the Rockets just locked up one of their star players for the next 5 seasons. The Rockets and forward Kevin Porter Jr. agreed to a 4-year contract extension worth over $82 million. The 4th-year wing player comes into this season following a historical end to last. Porter was the youngest player in Rockets history to have consecutive 35-point nights, while also averaging over 28 points per game in the team's last 7 contests. Porter and the Rockets will open up their season this Friday night against the Memphis Grizzlies. And speaking of massive contract extensions, Turner Sports and personality Charles Barkley have agreed to a 10-year extension that can be worth upwards of $200 million. Barkley currently has 3 years left on a contract that pays him $10 million per season, and his current deal coincides with TNT's agreement with the NBA deal expiring after the 2024 through 25 season. If Turner were not able to keep the NBA, Barkley could potentially own his rights to go work for another network or digital platform if Amazon, Apple, or others are involved. Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee has a new honor to add to her name at the Women's Sports Foundation's annual Salute to Women in Sports event this week. Lee was named the 2022 Individual Sportswoman of the Year. The foundation said it chose Lee for the award because she, quote, can excel in women's gymnastics and the global spotlight with poise, strength, and agility, close quote. Lee won gold in the all-around in the Tokyo Olympics last year. She also earned a silver medal in the team competition. Lee is now a gymnast at Auburn University. NBA legend and Basketball Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo is receiving treatment for a brain tumor in Atlanta. The league says the 56-year-old is in great spirits and is receiving the best care possible. Mutombo has been described as one of the world's great humanitarians with a focus on bringing health care to those in need, including in his native Congo. The 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year and 8-time All-Star played 18 years of professional basketball. Mutombo was a shot-blocking legend for several teams, including the Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Houston Rockets. Back here in Stillwater, Cowboy football wasn't the only OSU team in action over the weekend. Cowgirls soccer got back into the win column, shutting out the Cyclones of Iowa State 1-0. And with more, here's our own Derek Mendez.
After a 3-game winless streak, Oklahoma State was able to secure 3 points at home, defeating the Iowa State Cyclones 1-0. The Cowgirls showed resilience, grit, and heart on the field and believe this game establishes their identity moving forward.
Well, I think when we're working hard, when we're winning our individual duels and we're picking up loose balls and we get on the front foot, we tend to play better. That kind of helps our passing game, if that makes sense. It helps us get numbers into the attack. When we're passive, not as aggressive like the first half against TCU, and we sit back, we tend to not be as effective. So I think our identity is we're going to work our socks off and hopefully thrive off that sort of energy that brings.
Yeah, no, everyone puts their body on the line. You know, everyone is fighting for each other, and you know, if one person loses the tackle or misses something, we have someone backing them up. So it's kind of like the next girl up mentality, and I think that we've kind of shown that, and we're going to continue to show that.
Well, I mean, I thought we played well, right? Created numerous chances to score. It was one of those days you start wondering if you're going to get one. That's our sport. You know, in a lot of other sports, you have so many scoring opportunities that if you miss a few, you get to make up for it. But in our sport, you don't. You know, Iowa State came in, played hard like we knew they would. They passed the ball well. We pressed them, I thought, really well. Some of it was maybe on us not finishing well. Some of it was their goalkeeper had a great game, and some of it was maybe a little bit of luck. So, you know, we got a break towards the end, got the PK, and Yoke stepped up. But I was proud of the fight. I thought we played really hard, and obviously our willingness to never give up was amazing.
Our defense always been solid, so, I mean, you got to give credit to them. I mean, people could always say a good goalkeeper makes crazy saves, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't have to make any saves regardless. So, to me, that's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, winning feels great all the time. I don't care if it's 1-0 or 5-0. It's just, you know, winning is what we're here for. Yeah, I mean, the games are just tighter, right? I mean, those two ties could have gone either way. TCU's a really good team. We're in conference play, so we expect these games to be very fiercely contested, and I would expect the same next weekend. So coming out on the positive side was important for us today, just for the Big 12 standings and also hopefully for NCAA postseason play.
I think the biggest thing would just be to keep fighting. You know, we still have a lot to prove, and, you know, Colin talks about it all the time. When we work, when we fight, and when we're scrapping, we're the best in terms of on the ball and in defense. So I think that we need to keep that momentum and fight going forward, and I think we'll be okay.
Let's see if the Cowgirls can continue to find the back of the net and carry this momentum into their next home match Thursday, October 20th against West Virginia. Reporting from Neil Patterson Stadium, Derek Mendez, Ocali TV.
Thank you, Derek. Coming up, it's win or go home for Aaron Judge and the Yankees, and OKC begins its quest to rebound after another poor season for the Thunder. That and more when the Daily O returns.
Reasonable salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
I'm Kristen Hawkins. I went to Oklahoma State University here in Stillwater in '99 to 2004. I've always felt like Stillwater needed more family-friendly things to do, and we have opened up AR Workshop. We do everything from knitting blankets that can be done in a 3-hour class. We create doormats and porch signs, the Christmas wreaths with our yarn that we use for the blankets. We also do, we just started a new project for gnomes, and we've done pumpkins during the fall. But our big thing that we do here are interior signs. Our designs are extremely unique too in our workshop. Customers come in, everything is here for them to do. They create everything. They can be as hands-on as they want. They came in here to relax and have fun, and that they are proud of their project that they've made.
We use the very best of the best ingredients. Demerara sugar is the best there is. Very high quality fruits, berries. The milk we use is the best milk there is. That's why it makes our product stand by itself. I like to make yogurt because I like to eat yogurt. We've been doing this for ourselves for many years because it's a tradition in our family. And we want to have a product which would be very similar to French yogurt, but with our touch of uniqueness, linking our name, our product, with the reputation of the Made in Oklahoma Coalition was probably the best thing we have done as far as promoting our product.
Grayson Singleton back with you on the Daily O. The Yankees were the second seed in the AL playoffs, but tonight they face elimination when they host the Cleveland Guardians. Jameson Taillon will be on the hill for the Yankees for Aaron Boone, while Aaron Savale will take the ball for the Cleveland Indians, or the Guardians rather. First pitch is set for 6:07 Central Time. In the National League, two unlikely clubs will face off in the NLCS when the San Diego Padres welcome the Philadelphia Phillies to Petco Park tomorrow night. Yu Darvish will be on the bump for San Diego, while the Phillies have yet to name their starter. First pitch is set for 7:03 Central Time. The NBA season is inching ever closer and closer, as the season will begin officially tomorrow night. But for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the season will officially begin on Wednesday when OKC will start its season on the road for the first two games, starting the year off against the Minnesota Timberwolves and then the Denver Nuggets on Friday. It will not be until Sunday that Paycom Center will open up for the Thunder, as the Minnesota Timberwolves will then come to town to take on OKC. The Thunder are coming off a 24-58 record last season when they finished next to last in the Western Conference. Round one of the MLS playoffs will wrap up tonight with two matchups. First in the Eastern Conference, when the third seed NYCFC will take on Gonzalo Higuain and number 6 Inter Miami at 6. Then in the West, number 3 FC Dallas hosts number 6 Minnesota United at 8:30 at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. All right, let's take one last break, but when we return on the Daily O, it's time to turn back the clocks and see what happened on this day in sports history. The Daily O will be right back.
Tucked away in the city of Ripley, Oklahoma, the award-winning Washington Irving Trail Museum showcases the heritage and history of Payne County. This museum holds antiques, treasures, and artifacts that one cannot find at any other museum. With hundreds of historical antiques that display OSU history, along with Native American history, the museum has it all. The museum is well known for their book containing pictures and news articles about Frank Eaton, the original Pistol Pete. Dale Kluber opened Washington Irving Trail Museum in 1994 with his collection of historical mementos. This museum is filled from wall to wall with Oklahoman history. The Washington Irving Trail Museum is 15 minutes outside of Stillwater. Experience history at one of Oklahoma's hidden gems.
everybody. My name is Emily Shooping. I'm your marketing coordinator for the Made in Oklahoma Coalition. I'm coming to you with an amazing opportunity. We are teaming up with the Ocali Media Group at Oklahoma State University. We want to tell your story on the following platforms: streaming, newspaper, and digital. This opportunity will not only allow your story to be told locally, but nationally as well. I am so excited for each of you to join in on this tremendous opportunity. This will not only be good for your business, but it will be good for our great state of Oklahoma. You can be expecting an email from me soon with more details about this opportunity. Local has a name, local has a face, local has a flavor. The Made in Oklahoma Coalition.
Over the years, we kind of realized that you can get ribs anywhere, you can get a steak anywhere, but you can't always get a Mountain View hot link like ours. So we really decided to focus on that niche and realized we had something really special. So that's when we started focusing more on the hot links, but it's still the same family recipe they were making all those years ago. For us, many of our people that work here have been with us for years and decades. So whereas machines kind of break down over time, the people just get better. And it shows in the products we produce. When you buy a Mountain View product, not only is it going to taste dynamite, but you're also feeding Oklahomans. You're helping employ Oklahomans, and you're helping to fund the state's economy. So what's better than that?
Welcome back. Final segment of the Daily O for today. And let's begin by turning back those clocks and let's see what happened on October 17th in sports history. Starting things off in 1991, Pittsburgh Penguins defenseman Paul Coffey set the NHL defenseman scoring record with a staggering 309 goals to go along with 744 assists. Coffey would continue on with his legacy until 2001 with the Boston Bruins, finishing with over 1,500 total points. The defenseman currently sits second all-time in defenseman scoring behind Ray Bourque. Now, we begin to move towards something within the past decade. In 2012, the Real Madrid star Cristiano Ronaldo set the all-time leading scorer record across all competitions, overtaking club legend Raul with his 324th goal in a 3-0 win over Levante. Ronaldo would finish his tenure with Real Madrid in 2018 with over 300 career goals. The soccer legend is currently undergoing his 23rd professional season with Manchester United. Now, before we let you go, let's take one last look across all of the sports world and your national headlines throughout this weekend. And of course, let's start with a major change with the Houston Texans while the team is on its bye week. This morning, it was announced that the Texans are parting ways with its Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Jack Easterby. Easterby took over with the Texans in 2019 after a successful 5-year run with the New England Patriots, playing a key role in assisting players with their mental and physical health throughout the season. The Texans currently sit at the bottom of the AFC South with a 1-3-1 record. Keeping things in Houston, the Rockets just locked up one of their star players for the next 5 seasons. This morning, the Rockets and forward Kevin Porter Jr. agreed to a 4-year contract extension worth just over $82 million. The 4th-year wing player comes into the season following a historical end to last season. Porter was the youngest player in Rockets history to have back-to-back 30-point nights, while averaging over 28 points per night in the last 7 contests. Porter and the Rockets will open up their season this Friday night against the Memphis Grizzlies. And speaking of massive contract extensions, Turner Sports and TV personality Charles Barkley have agreed upon a 10-year extension that can be worth upwards of $200 million. Barkley currently has 3 years left on his contract that pays him $10 million per season. His contract coincides with TNT's agreement with the NBA expiring after the 2024 through 25 season. If Turner were not able to keep the NBA rights, Barkley could potentially own his own rights to go work for another network or digital platform if Amazon or Apple or another one could become involved. Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee has a new honor to add to her name at the Women's Sports Foundation Annual Salute to Women in Sports event last week. Lee was named the 2022 Individual Sportswoman of the Year. The foundation said it chose Lee for the award because she, quote, can excel in women's gymnastics and in the global spotlight with poise, strength, and agility, end quote. Lee won gold in the all-around in the Tokyo Olympics last year. She also earned a silver medal in the team competition. Lee is now a gymnast at Auburn University. NBA legend and former Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo is receiving treatment for a brain tumor in Atlanta. The league says the 56-year-old is in great spirits after receiving the best care possible. Mutombo has been described as one of the world's great humanitarians with a focus on bringing health care to those in need, including those in his native country of Congo. The four-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year and eight-time All-Star played 18 years of professional basketball. He was a shot-blocking legend for several teams, including the Atlanta Hawks, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Houston Rockets. All right, that'll do it for the Monday edition of the Daily O. Thank you for taking some time with us. Come back tomorrow as Emma Lightfoot will keep you covered on all the things you need to know in the world of sports. For the Daily O, I'm Grayson Singleton. Have a good night, everybody.
Hi, I'm Shauna here at Where the Buffalo Roam in beautiful downtown Pawnee, Oklahoma. We have a lot of beautiful and unique items for sale in the store, but our number one items are Navajo jewelry, Pendleton blankets, and Consuela. It's a great place to shop, a beautiful downtown, so come see us in Pawnee, Oklahoma.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
My name is James Ramidi. Fired Up Stilly is the name of the business, and I'm one of the owners. We all three met, the three owners, working as employees at a similar place like this. What I hope for is for everybody to feel welcome, like family. Not only do I want students to feel welcome to come here and study and use our free Wi-Fi, but also I want adults and families to be able to come in. We've built a connection with a lot of people, and Stillwater's a big community, so we just want to invite everybody to be able to eventually make their way through our doors. Well, definitely the teas, I would say. Most people fall in love with them. They just got a great amount of energy, gets you going through your day, and it just kickstarts you to get everything you need to done. For myself, it would just have to be, being the owner, owning something that, is able to impact other people's lives, and, the way we can affect our community is something that I really have always wanted to do. We love our clients and our customers that come through every day, and we enjoy getting to know them.